Okay, so we'll start again looking at the calendar. So everybody take a quick look up here. Today is our review day. Today's our review day for test number 2. So we're going to spend the bulk of today just doing the sample test problems or whatever you guys want to practice. Test number 2 is coming up on Monday, okay? Let's see, I have already given you guys grades for anybody that has submitted project number 2. There are still some people that have not submitted project number 2. 0 is a very bad grade to get on project number 2, but that's what some people have right now. If you are one of those people, talk to me today and let me know what's going on, because at the moment, 5 points off every day is eventually just going to become the 0 anyway. So see me if you have not turned your project in. The test is on all of the stuff since the first test. This test is not cumulative, so you're not going to see voting theory or weighted voting or cryptography, just the new stuff, all right, which is these 8 days of material. About half the test is on apportionment. The other half is on the things we've done having to do with sequences. Questions on the calendar? Okay, then let's take a look on page 45. It's a very brief list of the subjects covered. Apportionment was the biggie. Like I said, about half the test is going to be on apportionment. We had 5 different methods, so you should know how to handle each of those 5 methods. You got to know what name corresponds to which method. The good news is a lot of that information is on the very first page of this packet, which you can bring into the test with you. So it does have some of the information you'll want, but you guys have to understand all the details. There's not a lot on that first page. You should know what the quota rule is, should know what the paradoxes are. Again, I think that those are listed on the reference sheet, but make sure that when you're taking the test, it's not the first time you look to see what's on the reference sheet. So you should spend some time maybe in class today, look at that reference sheet, figure out what's there, and maybe more importantly, figure out what's not there, because that's what you're going to put on your own reference sheet. Then we talked about sequences. We had some funny notation. We had 2 different kinds of formulas. We had 2 different kinds of growth, linear growth and exponential growth. In linear growth, you're adding the same number over and over again. In exponential growth, you are multiplying by the same number over and over again. They each had explicit and recursive formulas. So there were actually 4 different formulas, 2 each, for linear and exponential. We talked very briefly about logistic. You just have to know what the curve looks like, and that's all. And then the most recent thing we've done is Fibonacci numbers. We had a recursive rule. The golden ratio popped up, and we did talk briefly about the golden rectangle. So if you don't know what that is, you can ask me during class or figure it out between now and Monday. But you should know what a golden rectangle is. Resources. You can bring a calculator. If you don't have one, I will loan you one on Monday. You can use the reference sheet that is the first page of the packet, and you can make up your own 1-page sheet of notes that can have anything on it that you want, okay? But spend some time making a good reference sheet before Monday. Advice, general advice, get a good night's sleep, show your work, pace yourself, read the questions carefully. It says you have 1 hour and 15 minutes for the test. Now, it is written to me an hour test. Now, I felt very badly at the end of the first test because I took the test away from some people that were still working on it. And I had a meeting on Monday afternoon. I couldn't stay any longer, and I felt badly about that. So I thought about it, and I think we can fix that coming up, because again, I'll have a Monday meeting that I have to go to. But what we could do is start a little bit early if you are interested in having a little bit more time. So normally we would start at 1 o'clock, but if you are interested in starting at 12:30, then you are welcome to come in earlier. What time do we end? 2:15? Okay, I promise you I will be sitting in this room for that period of time, all right? If you get there at 1 o'clock and then you need more time at the end, you're out of luck. I have a meeting I have to go to. So if you're worried about needing more time, come early, all right? Yeah, that's fine. Okay, no learning objectives for next class. Your job is to study. Let the record show there is an assignment that is due Wednesday. You take the test Monday, but there's homework due Wednesday. It involves reading and answering just a couple of questions. It's a short assignment. Many thanks to Barb for finding the typo and saving you guys from reading sections that you've already read before. Can you guys fix this in your packet? It should say 10.1 and 10.2 instead of 13.1 and 13.2. Okay, everybody have the correction? Okay, on the next page is a much more detailed list of stuff that is going to be on the test. Look through that. At the bottom are some resources that you can look through as you prepare. And I suspect most of you will be spending your time starting on the page after that, which is the list of sample test problems. And as usual, there are videos up on YouTube. You just have to know how to find them. But there are videos of me and or Caitlin doing every one of these problems. So check them out on YouTube outside of class, okay? All right, so the rest of this period, you guys are just going to work probably on sample test problems. I'll put the flags up and raise it if I can help. But let me just give you my little 2-minute spiel about something else that's going to happen today.